Traisental is one of the smallest growing areas in Austria, and it's the closest one to the Alps, so it's really cool growing climate. You can see we are so close to the last mountains of the Alps. You can see it here at the back of the skyline. This is about 30 miles away. We always, the whole year, almost have a light breeze going on. And here on the top of the hills we always plant Riesling, because Riesling handles poor soils like this much better. Riesling is much more resistant against drought than, for instance, Grüner Veltliner. And Grüner Veltliner we plant more in the middle parts of the hill. This has been found out by try and error over hundreds of thousands of years, what really does well in this region. If you speak to old people from my village, like 85-year-old men, you know, they can't tell you anything about science about wine, but they know exactly in which vineyard site you have to plant which variety. The first 10 inches you see, that's the topsoil, that's the humus. Then further down you can see actually the limestone material. Of course, this was built over millions of years when there were glaciers in this region. So really poor soils, so the roots of the wines have to go really deep down into the ground to get some nutrients, and that results in wines with deep minerality and enormous concentration. Wines, if they have always enough water and enough nutrients or food, they will produce enormous amounts of grapes and not much concentration. But on the other hand, if you have a poor soil like this, the wines have to struggle to get the nutrients out and also to get the water out. So the concentration within the grapes will be at a much higher level. The really important thing about the climate we have here, for me personally, is the long growing season we have. Our main harvest will start first or second week of October. And then for our dry wines we will harvest as long as till the end of November. And that gives us the opportunity to harvest really physiological ripe grapes without having super high sugar levels. And this balance is really important for white wines. How we determine the harvest time is, of course, what kind of wine style or wine we want to achieve with it. But it's not only done by pH or chemical analysis, it's at least at the same extent done by the optical appearance of the grapes. Today we are harvesting for our classical Grüner Veltliner, and therefore we want to have a fresh wine with good fruit, you know, with vibrant fruit, not super ripe, with good minerality, good crispiness in the wine, lovely acidity. So therefore you need not to have the grapes overripe. At that ripening level, the grapes will have the most expression in terms of flavor.